The student should be able to define the effective learning environment. The students should be able to know the causes and prevention of student misbehavior in the classroom. And students be able to know the characteristics of intentional teachers. So, what makes a classroom an effective learning environment? The first one is the reduction in the number of student space in the room. Improvement to the whiteboard space. Painting the side walls can improve the room's ambience. So the first one is clusters that encourage interaction of all students, promotes cooperation and teamwork, and suitable for the small space. The second one is row or column that are able to minimize student-student interaction, can reduce the noise made by students during the teaching lesson, and easier to supervise. And the last one is horseshoes or U-shape that improve the social interaction between students, larger area for presentation and demonstration, and foster connection between student and teachers. Is the portions of instructional time that students spend directly involved in learning activities. Is multi-dimensional idea involving the scholarly, intellectual, social practice of students when involved in specific activities. Is the total time allotted for teaching, learning, and routine classroom procedure like attendance and announcements. The first one is desire of power. The second one is seeking attention. The third one is looking for revenge. And the last one is because of classroom environment. So how to preventing students' misbehavior? By increase the amount of supervision, make tasks manageable, offer choices whenever possible. So what is least intervention? Least intervention is used to correct misbehavior of students without disrupting the lesson. By continually monitor progress, teachers be able to know when kids are starting to sleep and able to throw an early warning signal before things get critical. Teacher attention. Next is peers attention. And the last one is release from unpleasant activities. The first one is home-based reinforcement report card by teacher to parents and ask them to evaluate. Second one is daily report cards. Students bring report cards in every class and each teacher would mark it. The last one is group contingencies, which students are rewarded based on their other friends in the group behavior. Next is punishment. The purpose of punishment is to change a misbehavior and teach a better decision making. Intentional teacher. An intentional teacher means teacher act with specific outcome or goal in mind for children's development and learning. What's the characteristic of intentional teacher? Intentional teachers have optimistic attitude about teaching and about their students. Intentional teachers do not wasting instructional time and prepare themselves with teaching materials. Most of intentional teachers handle their students and grading fairly. The conclusion is, by creating effective learning environments, students be able to find valuable opportunities to change their possible maladaptive learning belief into adaptive belief, which can enhance students' motivation and achievement.